Hello YouTube, this is Ozzy from Gotham City Rouges. Um, how's everybody doing? Hope you enjoy the videos. Uh, Today I'm very happy. Got my first win of the season. Started off 0-2. So glad I did not go 0-3. Last season I started off 0-4. Got kind of hot towards the end, but was not good enough to get to the playoffs. So every win does count, and I'm so glad that leaving Carlos Hyde on the bench over Matt Asiata didn't kill me. I picked up Ryan Tannehill. It was a good matchup against Cleveland. Started off horrible. I think he had like two interceptions at the beginning. Finished off the game pretty good. Other than Carlos Hyde, did pretty good. Starting everybody that needed to start. Starting Shepard got a touchdown early. Kelsey did what Kelsey does. Jarvis Landry did what he does. Tony Brown, he had a pretty good game even though they lost. No touchdowns. That was crazy. Let's see what Mr. Moreno did. Eli Manning 14 points, Ryan Matthews 0 points. That guy cannot stay healthy. I stayed away from him in most leagues. Theoretic did not do anything. Odell again was underperformed. Starting to get a little worried about that guy. Brandon Cooks did not do anything. It was a Kobe Fleener show uh, uh, in the Saints. Uh, Dwayne Allen 3 points. Doug Baldwin 22 points. Uh, he's gonna get hot like he did last year. So yeah, so I managed to score 112 points. I won by a big margin. So glad. I am projected to win next week. I am gonna make a video tomorrow or Thursday. Before Thursday, I'll make a video on the projections. I didn't make the second video of the week last week, but I'm gonna try to do it this week. All right, guys, let's go on to the next team. All right, guys. So second game we're looking at it's Super Sauce versus Cam Steel. Uh, Rodney is on a roll. 3 games. I believe he's going undefeated. As you can tell, his team is loaded. Uh, I've made a lot of fun about his team not having depth. He's made some changes. Uh, he's doing pretty good actually. Uh, his bench almost beat Super Sauce. Uh, so kind of low scoring game. Super Sauce almost had it. Big Ben did not help him out. Um, who was the other one? Gronkowski 0 points. Nick Novak 0 points. Marvin Jones 32 points. I have Marvin Jones in a couple more other leagues. I left him on the bench. That sucks. Quincy Inua. That guy, everybody was talking so much about that guy. The hype was amazing. And and then Fitzpatrick just laid a goose egg. If he would have started Emmanuel Sanders, he would have easily have won. He would have got a 98 points compared to the 78 he got. Matty Ryan, 19 points. Um, it was a badass game. I was watching the Monday night game. It was a really good game. Uh, so yeah, if he would have started Matt Ryan or Big Ben, he would have won. For the most part, if he would have just done any of those two combinations, he would have won. Uh, Nick Novak, 0 points, man. That game sucked on Thursday night. Let's see what Mr. Rodney did here. Um, and Cam Newton, 12 points, underperformed. T.J. Anderson, underperformed. LaShawn McCoy, 23 points, pretty good game. D-Hop, underperformed. Will Fuller, underperformed. Like I said, these guys are not going to perform. Well, at least both of them are not going to perform in the double digits every week. Um, I'm actually kind of like just shying away from Fuller. I did start him in one of my other leagues. It killed me. I left Marvin Jones on the bench instead of starting Fuller. Instead of starting Marvin Jones, I left starting Fuller. It killed me. Um, Julius Thomas 1 point. Deshaun Jackson 15. The Bills defense 21. and the kicker 6 points. Carlton Palmer didn't do anything better. Jimmy Graham, he would have started Jimmy Graham. He would have gotten 12 extra points. Would have cracked 100. Um, Patriots D15. Terrell Pryor. I mean, nobody saw that coming out of Terrell Pryor. I didn't see the game, but apparently he threw a ball. He ran. He rushed for yards, and he received. At one point in the game, he had the most receiving yards, the most rushing yards, and the most passing yards. Apparently, that's the first time that's ever happened. The game didn't end that way, but it was pretty good nonetheless. Um, who would have thought Terrell Pryor was going to be this good? The performance should come down. Josh Gordon comes back next week. So let's see how that goes. Coleman's still going to be back towards the end of the year. So let's see how that goes for him. But hey, this guy changed over from QB to a wide receiver. Pretty good, Mr. What's his name? Tim Tebow could not do that. You know, they were talking about him being either a tight end or a fullback, and he couldn't do it. Mr. Pryor has proven that he doesn't want to be. He doesn't care if he's a quarterback or a wide receiver. He just wants to be in the league. All power to him. All right, guys, let's go look. Let's go look at the next video. All right, guys. So this is Thor's hammer. Uh, Garza changed his name to Thor's daddy. He has a habit of making fun of the opposing team's name. Last week it was Super Sauce or Secret Sauce. This week he is Thor's daddy. He's gonna be Thor's daddy for the remainder of the week until he either loses or he uh, wins against whoever he plays next week. So let's see what he can come up with next. Alright, so let's take a look at how did it happen. Thor's hammer was on a roll at the beginning of the season. He murdered me. He murdered George. But yeah, it all comes to an end on week 3. So let's see what happened. Where did he go wrong? He looks like he scored enough points to won on his bench. His bench outscored his starters by 20 points. He left Jameis Winston on the bench, 25 over 11. Jeremy Langford, that guy sucks, man. Fozzie Whitaker, he actually beat me for the Fozzie Whitaker. He beat me for the Fozzie Whitaker uh, waiver request. So good thing he did start him. Julio Jones, 1 point, man. What a disappointment. Mari Cooper, 6 points. Clyde Walford, Oakland's tight end, 2 points. Cole Feener, 16 points on the bench. Randall Cobb, oh my god, Randall Cobb. Drafted him in a couple of leagues. He's killing me. So had he started Jeremy Hill, he would have had 17 more points. That puts him at 78. Had he started Corey Feener, that puts him 14 more points. That puts him at 92, 1. And had he started Jameis Winston, that would have put him well over 100 points. So yeah, he could have won, but he didn't. So let's see what Mr. Garza, Thor's daddy, did. Kirk Cousins, 19 points. Spencer Ware, 5 points. Shane Vereen, showing what he could do, and then showing that he is Shane Vereen getting injured. That guy cannot stay healthy. That sucks. Being that good and not being able to show it, it just sucks. AJ Green, 7 points. Allen Robinson, the coming out party for Allen Robinson. Good job. 17 points. Dennis Pitta, 4 points, but he did get a lot of targets. So he's as long as he's not injured, he looks like to be one of the better tight ends options. Flacco can wing it if he wants to. Uh, so let's see what happens. Mike Evans, 19 points. A damn good game for Mike Evans against a very tough defense. Garza left 23 points on his bench with Mr. Ty. It would have been a tough decision to start Ty over AJ Green. Tyler Lockett 0 points. Tajay Sharp 4 points. Jay Ajayi 8 points. So yeah, so his bench didn't do much, but he came out with the win. So that's all that really matters. So let's check it out. So yeah, Thor's hammer, his win streak stops at 2. Um, but he could have won. He could have won very easily by quite a bit of points. Um, so let's check it out. Let's see what happens next week. See what kind of nickname Garza could change this team to. All right, guys. So let's check out the what happened with the next game. There was some controversy going on with this one. Uh, Not really controversy, but you know, I like to overhype things. Apparently, Ronnie does too. Garza told. All right, so Darkadale Fernando versus Dr. Grumptoppers. So he wins by 6 points, uh, 96-90. Fernando was up, and he had Freeman to play. So um, Willis Snead gets injured, so he's out, and I get an offer for Mohamed Sanu. He's offering me Willis Snead, and I'm just like, okay, let's see what this is about. Obviously, Willis Snead is a better player, better quarterback. He plays it in more uh, even uh, offense, I guess you could say. Uh, Him and Brandon Cooks are gonna each get 1,000 yards, I guarantee it. Compared to Muhammad Sanu, who's probably gonna get 600 to Julio Jones, 1,500 yards that he's gonna end up getting at the end of the year. So I decided to do it, even though I was gonna screw over my friend Fernando. And I was thinking about not doing it. I'm like, nah, but you know what? I want the I want the win. I want the better player. Whatever. So I was being greedy. So Fernando, I was willing to throw you under the bus. And then he ended up not doing the trade because he got a better offer. He got a better deal for Tevin Coleman, which honestly I wouldn't have done traded. I wouldn't have traded Tevin Coleman for a wide receiver. If Devontae Freeman goes down, Tevin Coleman's gonna be a monster. Willis Snead is out next he was out for the Monday night game. He might not be out for anything other than that, but him, like I said, him and Brandon Cooks are gonna be very, very good 1-2 punch. Even though Brandon Cooks didn't do anything last Monday night's game. So yeah, so that being out of the way, let's see how everything happened. Ryan Fitzpatrick -3. Christian Michael 22 points. Very good. These are the points Thomas Rawls is supposed to get. I drafted Thomas Rawls in the second round of this league, and it is killing me that he is not playing. Uh, so hopefully, by the time he comes back, he gets his he gets it's not hopefully it's not something that they're gonna both share the ball. I want Thomas Rawls to get all the carries, but can't have it. I can't have it. Both ways. Um, so David Johnson 22, uh, Jeremy Macklin 3, Alshon Jefferson 7, Jordan Reed 5. The only thing to say this guy's outing was Tevin Coleman going off with 3 touchdowns. He would have lost. Buccaneers 8 points. Blair Walsh 6 points. But yeah, like I said, trading away Willie Snead is gonna bite him in the ass. He traded away. He traded away future wins for one win. As you can see, he does not have a big bench. Oh, I see what he was thinking. Josh Gordon comes back. He doesn't need Willie Snead. But let's see. Jonathan Stewart's out. Brandon Marshall's out. Michael Floyd's doing horrible. Here's Mariota. Corey Coleman's out. Yeah. He looks like he'll be all right without Willie Snead. Jerry Magley and Alshon Jeffrey. They're both underperforming, but I hope this trade does bite him in the ass. Like I said, I don't like trades. Yes, George, I don't like trades. I only did it because it was a one-sided trade, and he was trading away a good player or a not so good player just to get a win. That's the only reason I did it. Like I said, Fernando, I was willing to sell you out for a better player. Um, so let's see what Fernando did. Actually, look, 13 points. Monte Freeman, 26 points. He had a hell of a game. He didn't have 3 touchdowns like Coleman did, but he still had a hell of a game. Ezekiel Elliott, 16 points. He's looking like a very good player. Um, so let's see if he can continue that. Be a bigger workhorse. Larry Fitz, 6 points. Vincent Jackson, 3 points. Jerick McMillan, 6 points. Pretty much other than the first 3 starters, nobody else really did that great. And nobody on his bench did that great either. Like I said, he does have Tom Brady. So hopefully when Tom Brady comes back, he could probably trade Andrew Luck or trade Tom Brady or something, bolster up his team a little bit, get some debt. Uh, he set a pretty good lineup. Other than this trade that happened at the last moment, he should have won, but he didn't. So it was funny. Let's go to the next matchup. Alright, what's going on, guys? So the next review, it's George Suicide Squad versus Despicable Me. George finally gets a win, just like me. So congratulations, George. Uh, it's good to win. It's good to win, man. Yes, it is. 0-3 is horrible. Horrible. 0-3 is very horrible. So good thing we avoided it, man. Alright, so let's see what happened. George 119. I believe he was a high scoring player this week. I scored 112, and I think somebody scored 116 or something like that, or 117. Drew Brees 25 points. Hell of a shootout. Latavius Murray 9 points. That guy is gonna slow down. And the good thing is I have his backup. So hopefully he does slow down enough to where he gets benched. LeGarrette Blount 22 points. Des Bryant 10 points. Victor Cruz 7 points. Garrett Barnage 8 points. Demarius Thomas 14. Ravens D 15. Adds up to 119 points. He left some points on his bench. Chiefs D 32 points. Hoskins didn't score more than he did score more than the kicker. And Matthew Stafford 26 for 1 point. So yeah, so he could actually have scored a lot more points. And the beauty part about Georgia's team is he does have Le'Veon Bell. So starting next week, he can bench Latavius Murray and start Le'Veon Bell. He's gonna have a nice 1-2 punch. So Georgia's team is looking a little bit better now. So the 4-game suspension or the 3-game suspension, it's not that bad for Le'Veon. At least he didn't go 0-3 without the workhorse. So let's see how things go for him. Let's see what's going on with the Despicable League. Low scoring game from him, 11 points. Rivers 7 for DeAngelo Williams. Oh man, the Pittsburgh Steelers just killed it. They killed everybody's team. Jordy Nelson 22 points, showing off what he used to be able to do. Kenny Britt 1 point. I wouldn't have started Kenny Britt. Jason Witten 2 points. Steve Smith Sr. showing the ageless wonder that he is. Cardinals, the 9 points. Justin Tucker 17. That guy can kick. Um, he left 13 points on his bench with Wilson. He got injured, but he still scored more points. Rivers, Michael Thomas, New Orleans wide receiver, 13 points. People would have gone with Kenny Fred. That's 12 points. So that would have put him at 92. Not enough to win. His bench is not that great. Uh, uh, Shit, look at it. 80 points from Georgia's bench. That could have almost beat his starters just with a couple of players. Uh, so, yeah, George could have scored a couple more points had he had mixed things up. He could have probably got to like 140, maybe 145. That would have been like crazy. I've scored that high before in PPR leagues, but not really in standard format. Uh, so yeah, Mr. George, good team. See, George, I'm not talking shit. I'm not being mean. I'm not being uh, one-sided here. You know, everybody is even as far as I care. I make fun of everybody. It don't matter. Every team is every team has its flaws. So hopefully me and George can get our second win this week coming up. I'm not sure who I play. I'm not sure who he plays. So let's see what happens. All right, guys. So this is the last review for the week, and it is a one-sided event. 110 to 47. Mr. Taco. He is uh he just ran away with this. Like he ran away with it bad. His bench almost outscored Harambe's team. Uh, 18 points and 17 points from Charlie Sims. Sproles and 18 from Sproles, 17 from Charlie Sims. Um, he Frank Gore 14, DeMarco Murray 21, Todd Gurley 20, Aaron Rodgers 26, Travis Benjamin 6, Mike Wallace 3, Jacob Tammy 2. Ugh. He was supposed to be pretty good. He was going on being the number 2 tight end. That must have like brought him down a little bit. Uh, so 110 points to a measly 47 points. Let's see, Blake Bortles 10, Lamar Miller 10, Matt Forte brought back down to earth from those 3 touchdowns that he had last week. Kelvin Benjamin 0 points, 0, not even a little bit, not even negative points. He just did not show up to play. You see, that's kind of messed up. We would get fired if we didn't show up one day to work, or if we showed up and we didn't do anything. This guy is still getting paid, and he did not do anything. We need to like figure out some kind of punishment for Mr. Kelvin Benjamin. Matter of fact, every player that does not produce points from fantasy football should like get like penalized or something. That's never gonna happen. Jordan Matthews 7 points. Man, Carson Wentz showed Pittsburgh what's up, man. 34-3. That's a crazy game. Vance McDonald, San Francisco tight end, 0 points. Yeah, when you have an offense like that, I don't know. It was just, I wouldn't have started him at all. I heard a lot of good things about him, but yeah, they played Seattle. That wasn't not gonna be a good outing. Um, Stephon Diggs, 4 points. Like they were saying, he was gonna slow down. He was gonna come down to earth, and he did. Next week should be better for Stephon Diggs. Dolphins D 3 points. Dan Bailey 7 points. Uh, he really couldn't have done any other lineup adjustments to have won. Devontae Parker 11 points. Yeah, that would have been better than the Kelvin Benjamin 0 points, but that would only put him at 58. Eagles D, that's 13 more points, so that would have put him at 71. He would have still lost by over 40 points. So yeah, Haram Baines, yeah, you should not have traded Tevin Coleman. Um, let's see, T.J. Yeldon's trash. Uh, and you traded away Tevin Coleman. You pretty loaded at wide receiver. Stephon Wilson is not gonna be able to start. You can only do three wide receivers, and you traded away one of your running backs. Ugh. But yeah, Taco Court, hell of a game. Harambe's, you seem better. I think this is your first loss, so you'll be alright. So, let's check. Let me upload this video to YouTube, so y'all can watch it. Tell me what you think, and we can go from there. Thank you.